Alright, it's 7 a.m., which is great because the Readathon starts at 6 a.m. Here, so I've only lost an hour. Woken up by our kids. Yes, their lovely screams and cries woke us up this morning. So, let's get reading. Of course, you have to start each day with the best breakfast possible, which is why we feed our kids glorious frozen food pellets. Don't worry, it's squash. Because they ate peekaboo. They ate a lot faster than they know. Peekaboo. Alright, so the kids have eaten, which is great because that means I get to start reading. So I'm going to try and get a few pages of this read while they play. It wouldn't be a readathon if I didn't watch other people live stream their reading. Thanks, Nicole. Alright, so the first hour of reading is up. Was kind of broken up by looking after the kids, but I managed to read about 20 pages. The book is quite interesting. It really does play on a lot of the modern and current trends happening in social media, but strangely amplified. And so it's creepy, but it's not as like scary or creepy or as dreadful as his previous works. So now I'm going to get ready for the day, and then I'm going to try and read some more. Alright. It's 9 o'clock. Mom put on a show for the kids, and it is perfect inspiration for Dewey's 24-hour readathon.
Superwide, with the power to read.
Super readers, working together with powers to read. In the books we fly.
Together we are the Super Readers.
Okay, so it's lunchtime now. Didn't get a whole lot of reading done. I stopped to play dinosaurs with the kids, and then had to put the baby down for a nap. But now we're feeding baby her lunch. And I'm going to be watching YouTube videos while that's happening so I can find out what everyone else is reading for the Dewey 24-hour readathon.
Hi guys, it's Kaz and I am participating in the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. This is my TBR for the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. This is the date of the Dewey's 24-hour readathon.
Today I'm going to be telling you about the Dewey's 24-hour readathon.
The time is now 3:47. I've managed to read about 100 pages of futuristic robots in fancy suits. Going to take a bit of a break to edit some videos and give bananas to the children. I'm getting your banana! So yeah, on to the editing. Hello everyone, I have been gone for a spell, and today we're going to dive back into the world of spells and spookery because it is October and Halloween is on its way. Let's read the book tag. Alright, this part of the readathon is me reading a bedtime story, Letters, right before bed, right? Okay. Let's read the story. Alright, with that, one kid is in bed, Mom is out at... I'll get you water, don't worry. Okay, I have to go get some water apparently. Let's go do the water thing. Okay, here's your water. Good night. Love you. And with that, one child is in bed. So now we've got another kid to put to bed a bit later, but she's out with Mom right now. They went to a thing, which means I have free time. I can read. Alyssa came home and she made these lovely vegetarian pesto sandwiches that are actually quite delicious. I love them, and so I'm taking a break from reading to flaunt the deliciousness in your face because I get to eat them and you do not. Alright, so it's about 10:30 right now. I finished with futuristic violence and fancy suits for the day. Switched over to Care and Memory, which is pretty awesome. So futuristic violence, the story is going really well, actually. I'm really intrigued by what's happening. I wish I could give you plot details about it, but it's just sort of a wild ride. It shifts direction from one moment to the next, and you never know quite what's happening, who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, or what the end game is going to be. But it's fascinating watching this character, Zoe, get jostled to and from situation to situation. It's nice to see David Wong writing a female character, because his other works haven't really featured many, and this one's pretty well written, I think. So she's a lot of fun, and the book originally sets her up as a type of victim character, where the whole book events will just be subjected to her, and the traditional arc would be, well, she goes and then eventually will discover confidence towards the end of the book, but just being in the first third of the book, she's already hit that peak. There was a moment when it felt like she was going to be a victim, and she just... No, she didn't take any of that. She didn't stand for it. She stood for something far more awesome, and she took a stand. She made it great. The other cool thing about the book is that some of that David Wong humor is coming into play. Hasn't always been the case with this book. It's a little more restrained. It's a little more thoughtful, or at least he's paring down the humor so he can more clearly showcase the serious elements he's tried to talk about in the story. Yeah, so Care and Memory. It's really easy to get back into that story, even though I haven't picked up the book in a couple days. But I love how clear and concise this story is, and how you have all these prostitutes in a brothel. I'm going to be using maybe not the right terms for all this, but they're inside a house of ill repute, and they're getting into these standoff situations with this man named Peter Bantle, who is a really well-written villain. It's hard to see villains like that in a lot of stories. Peter Bantle is a very domineering man who keeps interfering with the lives of these women, and it's fun to see them take a stand against him. It's the kind of conflict that so many stories try to do, and yet so few stories can actually make payoff. It's just tremendous in that way. It is solid in the way that so few books are solid. So yeah, I'm going to be reading that for the end of the night. I'll probably end up going to sleep around midnight and then missing the last 5 hours or 6 hours to sleep, which is fine by me. I'm really happy with how this has gone. I'm not sure how the vlogging thing turned out. I still don't know how comfortable I am holding a camera and pointing at my face and just sort of going for it. I sort of like to think through and plan some things out a bit more, but I don't know, hopefully there's something good in there, even though I show nothing about reading or any books or pages turned